Really appreciate it. What's up, Smiley? He said that that thumbnail. Shout out to the NTZ crew. That's Jacob Tanjay. I know Michael Beach of Life will be on here. All my fourth quarter members. That's Jeffrey Tatter. Hey, welcome to the fourth quarter. That's Aura Drip TV. Thank you for your support. There's Beach of Life. He said, if that thumbnail doesn't bring 1,000 viewers today, then I don't know. Yeah, man, that's what happens, man, when you know, dealing with love over here. You get run over. All my old heads. What's up, Roger? He said, good morning, Cal. My adventure is just about over. I fly back to the States March 4th. I'm missing Asia already. I know. This is my last weekend in the Philippines for a while, man. It's going to be a shock. You know, for a few weeks anyway, a month or so. Any new viewers and subscribers joining the live stream today, welcome. And also anybody catching this on replay. When I checked the peso is 58 even, which is good, man. You know, I'm waiting for that explosion. It's supposed to fall to 61 or 62. I saw 61 in the mail. I mean, in the news. What's up, I love the chime. Y'all know we always have a topic. Today's topic is love hurts, just be happy. But this is your live stream. We'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. What times it travels, Golden Gate, I see you. Says that Bobby McFerrin. What's up, Michael Alexander? I saw where, you know, egg prices, they talking about egg prices could jump 41% this year. You know, Trump's already unveiled his bird flu plan, you know, to alleviate bird flu, man. It's some crazy statistics. They've already spent $2 billion trying to fight it since 2022. They're going to spend another $1 billion. And check this out, 166 million chickens, man, have been killed so far. Over 30 million since the beginning of this year. And most of them are egg layers, you know, to try to stop the spread of the disease. But the crazy thing about it is, man, is there a heaven for chickens? Is what I want to know, because they're killing a lot of damn chickens. What's up, I love the China? He said, Cal did it again. Must be the lube job and oil change time. Soul Snatcher, what's up? He said, I finally got a chance to catch a live stream. He said, Montel Vontavious. He said, that thumbnail. Yeah, what's up, Smiley? How you doing, man? When you headed back over here, we'll probably get back over here at the same time. I saw also, man, where the Tate brothers is back in America. It got some people shook up. You know, they said Trump had a lot to do with that. You know, what's up, Eric Terry? Yeah, they said Trump had a lot to do with it. And that's got a lot of people pissed off. You know, they're saying that it makes Romania look weak. And they're bowing to the pressure. And, you know, they say they're in Florida now, you know, and he's big now. I'll be shocked if Trump don't appoint him to a damn cabinet spot. What's up, Doe Getter? I see y'all, retired 2019. He said, loving and living in the fourth quarter. What's up, Mr. Passport King? But, you know, we're still in Manila. You know, it's my last weekend. I'm flying out of here Monday. And one thing about Manila, there's no sympathy here, man. It's the mean streets of Manila in the Philippines. And you'll have to see anything here. You're going to see the good and the bad and everything in between. But if you look on my last video toward the end, well, at the end, you see these little boys. These little boys, they couldn't have been no more than 8 years old. It looked like the younger one was maybe 7 or 6. And they're on their own, man. They're in the back of that jeepney, catching a free ride on the jeepney. And then at some point, because I quit filming them, man, and they jumped off. And, and I was like, wow, man, they're actually fending for themselves out there. And I wonder, how many nights did they have to cry themselves to sleep before it became okay to be out there on the streets like that? And you see a lot of that in Manila. I mean, it's really something, man, if you've never been here before. But at the same time, you can go to places in Manila, you think you're back in the West. Over here on Rojas Boulevard, it looks pretty good. He said, hey, brother, we're in the house. Yeah, get the thumbs up, guys. Appreciate it. Show some support, man. But you're going to see everything here in Manila. And I was chatting back and forth with Michael Beach of Life. Manila's got more of everything, so it's got more beautiful women. But the thing about it is, what's lying behind that attractive exterior? Can you trust the women? That's the big deal that I don't think we talk enough about, man. Men, we just dive right in. We see a nice looking woman and that's it. That's all we need, just long as she's nice looking. And then you end up like the guy on the thumbnail. What's up, Ron Ross, Jabras? He said, Cal, got the guns out, nice shirt. Yeah, I got the shirt, man. And when we was in Bantayan Island. What's up, Sonny D? He said, Calvin, if you come to North Carolina, let me know. Well, I'm certainly coming, man. I'm going to see my son. He's practicing in soccer, man. He must be pretty damn good. And they're spending all that money on him. What's up, Ron Lawson? Big Nasty. Buttermilk Biscuit said that thumbnail's hilarious. Looked like the cat took a bath in poop. Yeah, well, see, a lot happens over here, man, when you start chasing these women and you catch the wrong one. See, love hurts, man. Just be happy, man. That's all I'm trying to do in my fourth quarter. I love myself, and that's probably the only unconditional love that I'm going to find. I mean, Booby right now, but hell, once Booby gets a little older, she's going to put some conditions on it. What's up, Link1111? He said, hey, Cal, it was so nice to see the true girls pay respect to the source of how they became popular, brother. Yeah, great inspiration forward, Mr. C. Roche. Yeah, they're cool, man. The one thing I can say about them is they're real. They're not phony. It's a bunch of people that met them that's on this live stream right now. No Smiley met them, Michael Beach of Life. There's a few more when they came to the meet and greet, but they came to this last meet and greet. They just normal people, man. What's up, Greg Williams? He said, 3 days, bro, and you're off to the States. Yeah, this is it, man. And Marilyn's already crying and stuff, and she act like I'm never coming back. But it's been so long, man. My life is here. And that's what, I'm explaining to my daughters, because they act like they want me to stay forever. I'm like, no, my life is here going forward. And my house is here, my family's here. Booby needs me here. Of all my kids, the rest of them is in pretty good shape. But I can't leave Booby over here. And, honestly, one thing I left out when I was talking about what we miss out on chasing women over here in the Philippines is the cost of living, man. I know I'm going to get a sticker shock. I don't even know if I've got enough money to last as long as I'm going to be there. I mean, that's just being honest, man. Sticker shock's going to hit me. W Secrets of Success said, yeah, you're going to come down to earth when you call that Lyft and it's $100. And, different stuff like that, man. And the cost of living is really, man, after the dust settles, what's really going to trump a relationship over here? Because you're going to realize, man, relationship is nothing here. You're going to have that. It's the weather I'm going to miss because I'm going back in the dead winter, guys. It's not like I'm going it's the summer over there. I mean, schools have been out, ice on the roads and all that. I don't even have a winter coat. I went out and bought a hoodie. I'm about to buy a long sleeve shirt when I'm here because I'm landing in Chicago. I know they don't play. But and those two in the cost of living, man, the woman's going to be there. You're a man, right? You're going to have a woman. But those are the two things that we really take for granted until they're gone. I love the child said, I heard about it. We're supposed to be getting eggs from Turkey, the country, not the bird. Yeah. Well, they're talking about 41%. It's at an all-time high right now this month of $4.95 per dozen. That's an all-time high in the United States. And of course, depending on where you live, it's more. What's up, Curtis? He said, what's up from Quezon City? He said, Cal, I'm in Baja, California. This place is nice, expensive as hell. Met a little honey gold digger alert, yeah. He said, losing Gene Hackman hit hard, but winning back Tate is a cheer up. Well, hell, Gene Hackman was 95, man. Do you know how many of us are going to be gone when we're 95? Now, I hope it wasn't any foul play. They're saying it's suspicious. They see some POs laying around. Who knows? Let's wait till that story unfolds. But yeah, you're right. I grew up on his movies, man. He had some great movies. Yeah, show the love, thumbs up. What's up, Matt Chapel? He said, good morning, Cal. U.S. is going to start importing eggs. Yeah, they better start importing them real quick, man. 166 egg layers, man. That's why I said this is there a heaven for chickens? Because, boy, they slaughtering chickens, man. What's up, Drew? He said, safe, smooth travel on your trip back to the Matrix. Thanks, man. I'm going to be on that big A330-900 Neo Airbus. And what I like about it, I fly from Manila to Taipei. That's about 2 hours. And then from Taipei to Seattle, that's only about 11 hours. And it'll probably be faster than that since you get to catch that tailwind. I don't have 15 hours to go. What's up, W? Secrets to Success? He said, mods, keep those wrenches warm. I don't trust myself. He said, yeah, soccer. He said, yeah, my son, he's playing soccer. Soccer's big in the Philippines, and I guess he just took it over there, and he gets his athleticism from me. He said, Jacob Tanzi said, the box is powerful. You got to be careful. Man, listen, especially over here, but eventually the dust is going to settle. Greg Williams said, yeah, Cal, that Manila traffic reminds me when I was in Thailand, traffic is on steroids. Yeah, in Bangkok. But yeah, that's just a small part of what I put on the short of the traffic right there in Manila. That's one reason I could never live here. I mean, you just go, we've got a Robinson right up the street from where we're staying. We're staying right across from the embassy. I had called the Grab to go to Moore, but we changed our mind. We said, okay, just take us to Robinson right up the street. We don't have to fool with the traffic. We'll pay you the same amount. So he agreed, but hell, it still took us 20 minutes. And this was like 7:30 last night. I mean, the traffic never ceases here. What's up, Level Up? He said, you look like you invented TV ads for kickboxing. What's up, Willie? Rivers? He said, how are you? From Toledo, Ohio. I used to live in Cincinnati. What's up, Off the Cuff Adventures with Jamie? He said, I'm back in DeVal, buddy, catching my breath. Man, you came back when I'm leaving. If you talk to our buddy Danny, when's he coming back? Mr. Passport King said, Cal, how long you staying in the U.S.? About 3 to 4 weeks. That's about all I probably can take. He said, Rob said, the guy on the thumbnail got stuck in Tondo at Manila, man. Y'all laughing at that guy, but I was watching a video. I think Alex of Living Abroad interviewed some guy, brother, and he set up a GoFundMe for him. But of course, in the comments, they're going to say, oh, it's a Sunshine Show is going to help him. They don't realize I tipped my hat to Alex for doing that. He's got like 3 times more subscribers and everything than I am. His platform is a lot bigger than mine. I'm going to contribute to the GoFundMe, even though there's a lot that red flags coming out of that story. Okay, I don't touch anything like that anyway, because every time I try to help somebody like that, I get stabbed in the back. But he doesn't. I mean, this guy's healthy. He's not even. When I helped the big man in the Philippines, he was on his back in the hospital. This guy's just sitting there. He's healthy. He's young. He's healthy, and I'm like, dude. And when he was talking about going to he contacted the embassy, but that's how they do it, guys. They send you the form. You fill the form out. They have to make sure you're destitute, that you don't have any help coming from the country. Then they'll give you a ticket back home, and they'll give you about $100. But they're going to take your passport. They did me like that in 2012 when I went broke, long before I had residual income. I told you my son was born premature over here. I spent the last 250 to 300,000 pesos I had. And I got humble, man. See, what he's got is what my mother used to call foolish pride. See, he doesn't want to leave the Philippines. He wants to stay here, but he wants people to fund his stay here. I'm going to send, $10 or something like that. But, guys that want me to rescue him, well, he's already been rescued. But he's too, he's healthy. He's young, man. The thing is, look, if anybody's watching this and you ever have any problems overseas, wherever you are, it's okay to go back home, do your plan, and come back. Okay, luckily he's from the United States. You can go home and get a job, save your money, and come back. Okay, I'm not going to be homeless in the Philippines, of all the places. You don't want to be homeless here, man. There's no sympathies for you here. That's real pitiful. I could see if he got robbed, if he got scammed, or something like that, but But I tip my hat to Alex for doing that. But of course, they always gonna, shoot arrows at me. Some guy brought up that every black man has a story. Yeah, let's see if Sunshine Show is going to help him. Well, he's already been helped. That's not beneath me, though. Okay? Harry Shoulder said a kilo of rice just went up from $16 to $20 this week here in Tucson. That's a lot of money for a kilo of rice. He said groceries are big expensive over here. I surely are not going to be eating out over there. And see, my daughters, they love, what do they do over there? Who's the delivery over there? That everybody, I'm not going to be doing that. He said, Trump kicking him out? What do you mean, kicking who out? He said, I avoided going back to the U.S. while it was cold. I will be there at the end of April. Yeah. He said, the worst of winter is over, thankfully. Yeah, depending on where you live, Adrian. Where I am, man, it's still cold. He said $8 for eggs where he's from. Jabraz says $6.99 in North Carolina. Wow. He said, that's crazy, Harry Shoulders. We can get a 25-pound bag of rice from Seafood City for that price. Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. That's a lot, man. Hey, Ryan Scudder, thanks for that super chat. He said, hey, Cal, appreciate the good content as usual. Keep up the good work, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you, Ryan, and anybody that's listening. That's why I hadn't put a video out for like 3 days, man. I was really like depressed. I couldn't even think, man. Because I really don't want to go home for real. But I have to. I did it to myself. I put myself in that hole. I should have went home last year and got everything taken care of. But there's always a silver lining, man. There's always a silver lining. And the thing about it is I'm going to be face to face with the with the Social Security people. And then they got that old crazy license. And see, in Kentucky, we're one of the last ones to adopt that real ID. So I've got to get that. I'm not going to get a license. I'm just going to get a state ID because I'm not going through all that. James Bond says, I'm about to get some chickens to start chopping eggs. Well, hell, they're going to start, you know how they sell cigarettes on the corner in New York and Chicago? Yeah, I can see them. They're going to start flipping eggs pretty soon. Well, they're going to start dealing eggs. If it keeps on getting that high, hell, eggs is higher than a bag of weed over there. Well, like I got some fire eggs over here. I can see that because, in America, we're opportunists. We're going to take advantage of that. Somebody's going to be selling eggs. You watch what I tell you. They sold out in Kroger's. I got them, though. I got them, So if it's $4.95, give me 10. Yeah, I love it. John said his wife was also dead at 63. Yeah, so he had, an age gap relationship like that, I love the child, people don't even care about. But yet they've been married for over 30 years. So that means he was 65 and she was 33. But of course, he's Gene Hackman. But let us do it. Because I told y'all a long time ago, the age gap only matters over here if the woman's young. Her age is going to decide whether people will get upset or not. So if she's 20 and you're 40, you're going to get some looks. But if she's 40 and you're 60, like me and Marilyn, nobody's going to care. Hey, what time's the Travels? Thanks for that super chat. He said, Cal, I'm chilling in Baja, California, brother. It's nice, but it's expensive as hell. I got a little honey. She bought me a drink. I didn't drink it. I don't blame you. Now, are you close to Mexico? Because, hell, that's where Harry Shoulders used to live over there. He said, I agree, Cal. It's only the circumstances about Hackman and wife that bumped me. Yeah, it's suspicious, they're saying. He said they got a separate line just for eggs at Costco. And see, people start panicking. And they'll start buying too many eggs, and you can't eat all those eggs. Then they're going to go bad in your damn cupboard or refrigerator, wherever they keep them. See, we keep eggs in the refrigerator at home. Over here, they keep them on the countertop. They don't put them in the refrigerator. What's up, Leslie? ETN, he said, what's up? What's up, Colin B? Thanks, man. Jennifer Moore said, yeah. Jeffrey Taylor says, I'd rather cycle rather than fooling with that traffic. Now, Cos has been here for over 2 years. And he said, it's brutal, but he says he's gotten used to it. But I mean, everywhere you go, man, unless you got a bicycle, you would have to have a bicycle, and still you're going to be in trouble. You're liable to get run over. A woman, we're coming back because we walked back from the Robinson. That's how close it was. But it took us 20 minutes in the Grab. She almost got ran over, man. I don't know why people in such a damn hurry to go nowhere here. She's running across the street against traffic. Crazy. He said, traffic and pollution are two reasons I can't live in Manila. Well, where I am, the pollution isn't too bad, but when I take pictures, if you look, if you look at that video that I uploaded, that short, you can see it. You can see that smog look. But I can't really smell it. Like when I'm in the tricycle in Dumageddon, you can smell the exhaust fumes, man. Hey, thanks, James Dunn. He said, Cal, enjoy your vlog, keeping it real. I appreciate it, man. He said, just wait till you figure out there isn't an egg shortage. Yeah. Well, I don't believe in all them conspiracies all the time, even though some of them are real. Come on, y'all, get the thumbs up, man. It's free. He said, did you make it to the Vet Cemetery in Manila? Very moving experience. I have before. We haven't went this time. We were over there by the immigration, and we went to the intramurals. That area. Maryland wanted to see that area. Hey, Corey Moore, thanks for that super chat. He said, Cal, when's the next meet and greet in Manila? Also, are you worried about flying right now? I'm not. I spoke to a guy in my meet and greet, Sam, and he's a flight attendant for United, and he's been flying for 33 years, man. He says, the reason he doesn't worry, he said, because of the technology. He said, the science behind it. And he flies to Manila 4 times a week from San Francisco, and then he's got to fly back. But no, I'm not worried. It's the safest form. You're more liable to slip in your shower and hit your head and die than to die in a plane crash. That's why it makes big news anytime there's a plane crash or any incident with a plane. But no, I'm not worried. Buttermilk Biscuit said, yeah, I saw that interview with the young guy. I think he should head back to the U.S. Yeah, that would be my suggestion to him, because they're asking for $3,000. That's just going to delay the inevitable. It doesn't see. He keeps saying he's looking for a job. Well, there's no work here. I mean, I don't know what kind of work he's looking for here. He can't work here anyway. He's on a tourist visa, I'm sure. There's no shame in doing that. Like I said, that's foolish pride. And, sometimes you just got to be humble, man. The Philippines isn't going anywhere. And he says his parents don't have anything to do with it. Well, that's exactly what the embassy's looking for. People aren't going to help you there. Okay? Because I have to tell my sisters and brothers beforehand, look, when they call you or reach out to you, tell them you can't help me, because not that you're going to help me, because that was a shame about it. Here I am earning all this money because I'd been out for 13 months when my son was born. I was over here for 13 months. But they have to make sure that you can't get any help from anywhere else, and then they'll give you a repatriation loan. So that's why, when people say, oh, Sunshine Show's going to help him, I can't sympathize with people like that when I went through it myself. He says, oh, they sent him a form. Yeah, you got to fill that form out. And then they're going to try to contact your family at home to see if you're telling the truth. And then they'll give you a repatriation loan and $100 and send your butt back home. Okay? But he's young, he's healthy. It's just, I don't know. I'm just glad Alex is helping him. Okay? And that's all needs to be said. For them, I think the GoFundMe, when I looked on there, was like up to 300 already. I mean, that's a lot, man. 300 Canadian. So I don't know what that would be American. But I'm pretty sure, he'll get a little money, but people were telling the truth. Like, man, go back home. It's hard to help healthy people. Like I said, I can see if you were robbed, scammed, something like that. You're in the hospital, you're in an accident or something like that, then okay, that's who I help. I don't just help people who, mess their money up and all that. Maybe one time. Link 111 say, hey, Cal, in your opinion, would you say it would benefit a foreigner to invest in a Vespa motorbike to avoid unnecessary overcharges from the unforeseen skin tax? What do you mean? If you're in Manila, you're going to get the skin tax every single time. It just makes me so frustrated. You get in a taxi and they got the meter on, but then they're going to ask for 50 pesos more, depending on where you're going, 100. I done just got to a point where I was like, okay, man, because it's just like SMW Travels, the guy that Stefan He said, don't lose your cool, when these taxi drivers try to cheat you out of 100 or 200 pesos. Remember, it's $3 or $4. That's how I got over it to begin with. But it's still frustrating. But yeah, you could get a motorbike over here. Yeah, DoorDash, Alexander Neverman, thank you. I'm not going to do a lot of DoorDash over there. But you're still going to be stuck in traffic over here, even if you got a motorbike. But that's what I told Merlin. I said, I would have to have a motorcycle or my own car if I lived in Manila, because I'm sick of these taxi drivers. I use Grab, even though Grab charges me extra. I use Grab because I don't trust these taxi drivers in Manila. Yeah, I'm not worried about flying right now with all the plane issues, Corey. What you think you're going to die of, you're not going to die of. Most of us die from what we put in our mouths, from what we eat. That's what most people die of. Look it up if you think I'm playing. The death certificate's going to say heart disease or heart attack or cardiac arrest or something like that. It's not going to put in there, well, he eats 3 pig feet sandwiches every damn day. Okay? Chicken skins and all that crazy stuff that they eat over here. They don't tell you all the greasy foods and, chitlin sandwiches and all that crazy stuff, man. They don't tell you that. I don't know who's trying to call me. Why are they trying to call me, man? Stop it. He said, be a lawmaker, legislation of holy medicinal plants and animals. Yeah, right. He said, free up the herbs and the war on good health. He said, a Lyft ride is ridiculous. You can rent a car for what they charge. You're right. I never thought about that. But I don't even have a license now when I land. He said, what time is it over there? It's probably, if I start this, it's probably about 10 o'clock right now. He said, I wonder how much little baby chicks cost now. Well, see, eggs are still cheap over here. You would think that they would have some type of bird flu over here, but they don't. Eggs are only like, if you buy them, at the market, they're going to be about 10 pesos each, 8 to 10 pesos each. If you buy them at the grocery store in San Carlos City, it's only like 138 pesos for a dozen, which that's only like $2, and at 58, that'd be like $2.25 or something like that. Yeah, eggs. He said even the egg substitute is sold out. Well, I figured that. Hey, Smiley, thanks for that super chat. He said, now this is a guy who will give you the shirt off his back. Now, if he says this, there's something going on. He says, too many red flags on his story. He needs to go back to the U.S. and start over. He wants us to support his lifestyle in the Philippines. And scratch my head. Yeah, somebody, man, we've heard all the stories before, guys. Y'all know in this community, we'll help you. We'll help people if they really need help. But he's a whole grown man. He's young, he's healthy. There's nothing wrong. He just ran out of money. He had a bad plan. And like I said, Alex is helping him, because if I would have interviewed him, of course, I would have helped him. But I think if you're going to interview the man, then you should help him. That's all. Yeah, if you're going to interview him, then yeah, help him. Because he didn't have to help him. But it's just going to delay the inevitable. Because I'm going to tell you something. If my bank would have, he said his bank stopped this, it closed his checking account because, he didn't tell them. Well, all you got to do is call them up. That happens all the time. Just call them up and say, okay, I'm in the Philippines. Turn my ATM card back on. Every year here, Okay, and y'all know I've been here 6 years. It's only good for 1 year. You can tell them how long you want it turned on. So every December 31st, I tell my bank, I got Fifth Third over there, hey, I'm in the Philippines. And I renew it. And they said, well, how long are you going to be there? All the way to December 31st again. So when I get home, believe it or not, when I get to America, I'm going to have to call them and tell them, okay, I'm back in America now. Mr. Passport said they're going to be stealing more eggs. Yeah, don't forget about the 100,000 eggs stolen in Pennsylvania a few weeks ago. Yeah, see, we pick up on stuff like that, Passport King. People are going to start selling eggs. He's going to be an egg dealer. And they're going to catch him, he riding around with a, 24-inch gold rims and everything, gold jewelry from selling eggs. Because we do stuff like that. There's some woman right now who's in the hood selling eggs. I promise you, man, it is. They probably selling them, $1 egg or something like that to make a profit. I guarantee you they are. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. I love the child say, yeah, he's the kind of guy you'd expect to marry a younger woman and celebrities get a pass. Yeah, they do get a pass. But if we marry a younger woman, or even date a woman that's younger, we're suckers, we're simps. What's up, Matt Bassett? Thanks for coming to the chat, man. You still over in Thailand? Mr. Passport King says, out in the province, there are chickens running all over the place. Just looking around for a bit will get you a nice omelet. Yeah, they're all over the place here. I mean, there's no egg problem here. He said, not too far from Mexico. Okay, Baja. He said, they did the panic thing with the toilet paper. Yeah, they're going to get you panicking over there, and then you can't think straight. People are going to be hoarding eggs. They're going to go bad. You can't eat 20 dozen eggs. What's up, Thomas Marshall? You just can't do it. That's just how it is. But, while we're talking about this guy, that was on Living Abroad where he stuck over here, guess what? Because, Alex never even asked him about his immigration. I'm sure he's overstayed. See, that's going to cost him. But this guy who was a foreigner was caught in Chiang Mai. He had been overstaying for 25 years in Thailand. 25 years. Let that sink in. Think about that. He was over in Thailand before the internet. They called him. Probably somebody turned him in. 25 years. I don't know how much money he's going to have to pay. He's surely going to jail. 25 years he overstayed. Retired 2019 says, I love eggs and I keep eating them no matter the cost. Yeah, they're good for you. But we're going to take advantage of that. But 25 years, this guy. 2 decades, man. That's a long time. He said, James Bond said, hey, renting chickens, yeah, that's effing hilarious. Yeah, that's true. He said, Cal, you got your headphones to drown out the loud babies on the plane? Man, I was just reading an article where, it was on ABC News, where from Germany all the way to the United States for 8 hours, a toddler was crying. They couldn't get him to stop for the whole flight. That's crazy. He said once a crisis like this happens, the price never goes down. That's true. It's never going to go down. Because it's just like the gas. Remember, it started going up and down. It got way up, and then when it finally came back down to like $3 and something, people was happy, not realizing that before the crisis there was only $2 and something. They get you like that. He said jobs in the Philippines should be for the locals. Yeah, I don't understand what he wants. Well, he keeps talking about, that's a red flag for me. He said, yeah, if anybody can help me with, some money or a job. I'm like, dude, you can't work over here. What kind of job? You go home and work. I'm not knocking him. I'm not talking about him. I'm just saying, you know, people always gonna. I will help anybody, and I've got a record of that. But he's already being helped. I watched the video, and it's just, you know, he didn't conjure up any sympathy for me, man, and that's hard. If I don't have sympathy for you, then you really in bad shape, because I'm a softy when it comes to that, you know. And he didn't conjure up no sympathy from me. I just said, like, dude, you got yourself in a position, you need to go home. And sometimes that's the best advice you can give people, because you don't have nothing coming over here. This is the worst place in the world you want to go broke, because they looking at foreigners for money. It's all about money over here. You get no sympathy over here, man. You know, even though Filipinos, they will sympathize with you, but you don't want that, okay? Because that's going to be the next question. They're going to send you to the embassy. You know, he's depending on a Filipino woman over here. See, that was another red flag. I'm like, man, how much money you think she's earning? What's up, Joe? Corey Moore said, retire your facts. Thomas Marshall said, guys come over here without a real plan. How can you talk yourself out on the street 8,000 miles away from home? Yeah, see, it doesn't make sense to me. I don't know how much money he came over here with. See, that was another, he just left too much out. But if I was Alex, I would at least ask him about the immigration. You got to ask him that. He just completely left that out. He said, when I got cancer, I paid my bills. Yeah, he's young. He's healthy. There's no excuse. You just have to, you know, get humbled, because I did. I don't care. You know, my life's an open book, man. There's nothing wrong with that. I spent every dime I had to get my son and she was my girlfriend at the time, out of the hospital. I couldn't get any help from home. It was a Filipino man who loaned me the last 1,000, like 50,000 pesos, man. How you talking about? That's a miracle. Because a miracle is only something that you can't explain. I'm like, dude, where did you get that money from? I never even knew you had that kind of money. And he was like, yeah, here, go ahead and get them out. He said, because every day they're in there, it's going to go up and up. He said, Calvin, if you could have lived there in your 30s, would you? I would have. You know, I'm just one of those guys. I get the Philippines, what bothers a lot of people doesn't bother me. I love the weather over here. You know, the people really are warm and welcoming, man. You know, the cost of living, you damn right I would have. My enemies aren't here. My enemies are over there. They're not here. People don't bother me here. I mean, you know, there's no place like home, but the earth is my home. No, there's nowhere is it written that you have to remain in the same place where you were born. You have to live and die in the same place when you were born. I'm sorry. Raymond Smith said, vegetables, right, Cal. It's best to eat vegetables. Yeah, and fruit. But you need your protein from somewhere. He said those taxi drivers are something else in Manila. You just grab every chance you get. Yeah, they'll make you fight them. Even over that little money, they'll make you fight them, man, because of their attitude. The last time I was in Manila by myself, when I was going to Thailand, I mean, this guy, I was really ready to fight him, and I thought about it, I was like, I better give him this little, extra 200 pesos or whatever it was, 300 pesos, because I was coming from all of Asia. Now, I know coming there in the taxi, because it was light outside, it was only like 100 and something pesos. Well, the minute I got in and he pulled off, and I told him where I was going, and he's like 500 pesos, and he wouldn't stop. And man, you talking about, I was hot, man, but I got to thinking, I don't want to lose, my privilege to come over here over 300 pesos. But man, he made me, man, I would have fought him, man. Sammy Davis says your motorcycle or e-bike, see, he's got an e-bike, him and his wife, will be about 4 months of trike and taxi fees. Do yourself a favor and buy one if you have a place to park it. You definitely have to drive defensively. Yeah, if I lived anywhere up in here in Luzon, in Metro Manila, Angeles City, anywhere like that, I'd have to have my own. I would break down and drive. I have a motorcycle. They're just too shisty over here. Those taxi drivers, they'll make you fight them, man. Yeah, he said, yeah, after that asshole cabbie in Manila tried you a few years ago. He wasn't a cabbie. He was a tricycle driver. Every time I come here, man, there's a problem. We just had a problem the other day. We're coming back from, because it was like 5:30. It starts getting dark early here. And, the guy gets in, he talks in his language to Merle. And I think, what did he say? He wants extra. And I'm like, man, y'all tripping, man. Hey, what's up? Grim Demise, thanks for that super chat. He said, you mentioned not being stingy and giving your partner money. How much is a reasonable allowance for my partner? Well, that's real easy, Grim Demise. If she's working when you meet her, like Marilyn was earning about $7,000 a month, you at least got to replace that. Okay? But that's really not where you're going to spend your money. Okay? So if 10,000, okay, would be, reasonable to replace her income. But of course, it's going to be more than that because you're bringing your Western thinking over here. You're going to be thinking like, well, hell, 10,000, that's only $179 right now. That's not enough, It just depends on how good that tune-up is. See, we're our big problem when it comes to that, But I would say, if you meet her and she doesn't have a job, then, I wouldn't give her no more than 10,000. Why would you give her any more than that? Because you're going to clothe her, you're going to feed her, she's going to stay with you. Wherever you go, she's going to go. Okay? That's where the money's going to go. See, when people are talking about, oh, I'm not going to spend that amount of money on a woman, well, how are you going to avoid that? Okay, Merlin's with me now in Manila. And don't you know we've only been here since Wednesday. What's today? Friday? Okay, I'm already went through I've already taken $600 out of the bank. Okay? So, yeah, that's for eating, with, taxis and money and all that. You're going to spend a lot of money just having that woman with you. So if you're going to give her allowance, 10,000 Grim Demise is a lot 10,000 pesos is a lot over here. Okay? Believe it or not. And she doesn't have to work for it? Come on, man. Because if you got a job in San Carlos City, where I'm from, and you're earning 10,000 pesos a month, you're working 10 to 12 hours a day like a Hebrew slave, 6 days a week for that 10,000. And then it's not going to be free and clear. You got to pay for your boarding house. You got to pay transportation. You got to pay for your food. Okay? You got to pay for all your needs. You don't have any savings left. So imagine she's just laying around the condo with aircon, a real mattress, hot shower. She's eating 3 meals a day. If she complains about that, then you need to find somebody else because that's not even, the allowance is not where you're spending your money. Just her being there, feeding her. What's up, Nick with Travel? What's up? He said, blessings from Ocho Rios, Jamaica. Yeah, that's where we spend our money. Because, when I did the video, who's more expensive, a Thai woman or a Filipino, I've never dealt with a Thai woman, but I've talked to guys who have dealt with Thai women. There's a nice guy I met here at the embassy. He said, yeah, okay, I have women over there, but I had to pay him about $1,000 a month. And I was like, well, I would have asked him, which I didn't get a chance to. I'm not trying to meddle. And we're in the embassy. But I would have asked him, now is that on top of what you're spending on her food and everything like that? Because over here, you're not going to just, it's not going to be that cut and dry. She's not going to say, okay, my fee is 58,000 pesos a month. That's not how it works over here. It's going to resemble a normal relationship. But you're going to be spending just from her being with you. So I would say, because I've got experience with Filipinos, if you spending 1,000, man, you're getting off pretty damn easy. Because it can get up there, man, depending on what kind of lifestyle you got. Because wherever you go, she's with you, man. You got to feed her and all that. Okay, it gets expensive, you know. And then that's when you would give her the little allowance, you know, because she's the breadwinner. You're taking that money out of the house to get to, you know, that's to silence the family. But I've never had a problem with families over here. I mean, if you with a woman and her family's pressuring her to ask you for stuff, man, you need to drop her, man, and go somewhere else, because the fruit doesn't fall too far from the tree. There's something you miss with this woman. I'm just telling you from my experience over here. I haven't had any problems with a family asking me. Only one, and you see I'm not with her. That's the very first woman I really had a relationship with. Remember the 22-year-old? She turned out to be 18. It was always something. I bought the engagement ring, she pawned that. Oh, I need money for school. I'm like, well, damn, we just paid your tuition. It was always something every single day. And I was like, no. And I knew then. I was like, no, I ain't fooling with you. Okay? Because if you're dealing with a Filipino who doesn't have a problem ignoring her family and neglecting her family, you with the wrong one, man. They're going to help their family, guys. I'm sorry, they are. They're not going to benefit without their family benefiting. You got to know what you're walking into when you come to the Philippines. People are struggling over here. The women you're going to deal with, man, they're struggling, man, hard. Okay, they don't have a whole lot of nothing. So now she's got the come up. She's not going to forget about her family. And if she does, hey, you with the wrong one. Imagine what she's going to do to you. Matt Chappell says, when I was leaving your meet and greet, 2 taxis wanted 100 over the meter price. Wow. One taxi was from a well-known, reputable company, was close to reporting the driver. But yeah, they do that. They're starting to do that more and more in Cebu. I told y'all when me and Merle and the kids were there, and we were going back to Lapu-Lapu from SM Mall, and the guy, he says, well, how much you going to pay us? Well, you turn on the damn meter, man. Raymond Smith said, you said typhoid fever. Any other vaccine to take when I get there besides the COVID? Well, what's up, Sonny D? Thanks for that super chat. He said, let's smash the like button. I would talk to my doctor about that. I didn't take any. Okay? I didn't take any vaccines when I came to the Philippines. They say to take hepatitis A and B and Japanese cephalitis, you know what it is, whatever it is. But I didn't take anything. Typhoid, they say dengue and all that. He said, I took a taxi from Manila to Laguna. The taxi tried to charge me 5,000 pesos. I talked him to 2,500. I would see what the Grab would have been if the Grab was going to go that way. He said the eggs are 265 pesos for 30, yeah, at S&R. 285 pesos at SM Mart. Yeah, see, they don't have a crisis here. Every now and then, now the rice went sky high, and you would think, well, because it used to be 30, to get jasmine rice was the good rice, you were paying like 41, 42. Now it's like 62. And for a regular Filipino, that's a lot, that's a big jump. You're talking about a 50% jump. And at one time, they had an onion crisis over here. Well, onions had gotten just ridiculous. I think it was like 600 pesos per kilo, which usually is something like 30 or 40 pesos a kilo. He said, do you think there's a link between egg storage there and the stomach worms? No. The stomach worms comes from them eating uncooked meat, emotion or motion. That's where it comes from. Because out here in the street food, when they barbecue, man, they don't cook it all the way. You have to tell them, look, man, I want mine well done. You cook it all the way. I don't care, because there's going to be a big line behind you. And they're just turning that meat over and giving it to the next customer, and they're eating it. And a lot of the meat is uncooked. That's where 50% of Filipino adults have those stomach worms over here. Nick with travel says, Cal, I'm about to embark on my first international travel around the world for 4 years, starting in September. It's a challenge, but I'm determined to make it. I think you'll do well. That was my plan, Nick with travel, before I got to the Philippines. When I went through my divorce, I walked away with $20,000. That's all I had in the world. And, I'm going through a midlife crisis. I said, I'm going to travel around the world. And my first two places was the Philippines. I didn't even put Manila. I didn't put Cebu. I just put Philippines. And then I put Perth, Australia. Those are the only two. And then I was going to come on back around. I came to the Philippines. I haven't went anywhere else, man. Rashad says, you really about to come back here? Man, you got it too good. I know you got to do it. But damn, I'll be getting cold feet. Yeah, F all that. It's not like I'm coming to stay, Rashad. Remember, I got children. I got grandchildren I didn't see. So I'm kind of excited about that part of it. And seeing friends I haven't seen in a long time. Because I go to AA meetings over there. And, so I got a lot of good friends, man, I've met over the years just from going to those meetings and stuff. It'd be good it's something I should have did. See, I waited until I couldn't postpone it anymore. I wouldn't suggest you do that. Remember, I've been gone for 6 years, over 6 years. That's a long, long time, man, to be gone. Y'all think it's not. There's a reason why your credit cards expire after so long. Your license expires after so long and everything like that. 6 years is a long damn time. And it's like, I really don't want to go, Rashad, but I'm forced to go now. I did that to myself. I should have been gone and made that trip and came back. Now I'm to a point where, I don't like to be on I feel like I'm being on somebody else's time now. I don't like that. But it's all good. And I'm going to tell you something. They send you through the ringer when you have to leave this place. But it's not that hard when you go through Manila. When you go to that main immigration office, it's really simple. It's easier to go through this office. There's hundreds of people, hundreds of foreigners and Filipinos in there. It looks like it's a madhouse, but it's really not. You're in and out of there, depending on what you're there for. Most of what we're there for, it doesn't take long. Okay? The stuff I was paying these agencies to do, I was doing for years before. But when I got to St. Carlos City, where I'm way out of the way, I just let them do it for me. But I used to do all that stuff. When I lived in Cebu and Zamboanga, I did all that stuff myself because they had an immigration office right there. St. Carlos City doesn't have one. You either got to go to Bacolod, where I don't like the lady's attitude, or you have to go to Dumaguete. But it was really easy, especially that stamp, man. Because I'm thinking, there's no knock on JRC. They do good, good business and everything. But, I'm thinking, they told me it was going to take 2 or 3 days. It didn't take 2 or 3 days. I guess to justify their price, because they're a business now. People took that the wrong way. I wasn't putting them down. I did business with them for years. They did my motion for reconsideration and got it approved. Okay, they're a good company, but a lot of this stuff you can save yourself money. That's free. That's a free service that they do here to get that stamp from your old passport to the new passport. But I guess because, you know, I don't know why they charge 7,000 pesos. Because I thought it cost something. That's why I said, Maryland, asked her, how much is it going to cost when we come back? They said nothing. It's free. And it took an hour. Okay. Then, of course, I had to do the extension. Hell, that didn't even take. You talking about in Manila now, all these people. Because I was the last person they saw that day. The guy was getting ready to go home. Maryland said, I'm glad I took Maryland with me. She talked to me and she said, hey, he's leaving Monday. And the guy was mad, but he did it anyway. And they made, look, I'm going to show y'all something. This ACR card, this is my new ACR card. They made it on the spot. That's where they make them, in that office. It literally took them 5 minutes to make this card. Crazy. He said, you can burn your bridges when you're halfway across the world. He came over here talking too much stuff to the wrong woman. Yeah, I don't get it. And I don't get dependent on a woman over here. Okay? He said he had something going on in Bohol, and then he gave all that up to follow a woman to Cebu because she was making promises. Dude, do you know how much money they earned over here? Where was you living? I would have stayed over in Bohol with whatever you were doing over there. Just go home. Yeah, he said, Calvin out here in the United States, he said there's a lot of people losing their jobs and they're going to be selling eggs too. I already know that. There's no ifs, ands, and buts. I guarantee you when I get home and I go to the hood, because I got a sister who had a house built by Habitat for Humanity. She still lives in the same neighborhood where I grew up in. There's going to be people that are selling eggs, even though there's a Kroger right up the street. S1 Philly Vaz said, hey, bro, Cal, have you thought about doing a video doing your travel while in flight from Manila to Chicago? Yeah, I'm certainly going to do that. Certainly once I hit the States again. Because it's a big deal to me. It's like I'm leaving home, man. I've been gone for 6 years. I haven't been over here, for 2 or 3 months and go back. Because guys make that trip like it's nothing. I made that trip one time in the last 6 years and 2 months. It's broken up a little different this time, which I like. I'll be back in the States here after, 11-hour flight, basically. Yeah, he said, what time to travel? 25 years. Yeah, the guy was overstaying in Thailand for 25 years. There's a guy over here that I know I don't really like to talk about because people watch me and maybe they'll say, hey, Calvin knows. There's a guy, and then, let's see, I've been on YouTube 4.5 years. When I met him, he had already been over here 9 years overstay. And I'm like, dude, I don't get it. It's none of my business. But I'm like, I don't know why you would overstay here. It's only like when he was overstaying, so all those years ago, it was really cheap. Because right now it's about $28 a month. That's what it costs, to extend. It's about $28. I don't know what would make you, now you're at the mercy of that woman he's with because she gets mad at him and she's going to turn him in. Okay, Filipinos, they're going to turn you in. They're going to tell on you. I'm sorry. Philippine Annex, what's up? That's why we love this channel. I appreciate you. Y'all about the only channel I can watch because you got that two-man tandem. Well, not two-man. You know what I'm saying. Y'all knock off each other good. I mean, y'all got a good thing going. It's interesting. Even though I don't really gossip a lot here. Believe it or not. What's up, Mike Dawsonville? He said there's a lot of changes after 6 years away from the U.S. Cal, the inflation is to the roof, especially out here in Florida. See, people think I'm playing when I say, you know what, depending on how long I'm going to be there, which I'm not going to be there for no more than a month, I may have to just get a little part-time job for a week or something. I don't know how good my money's going to last over there. See, people don't understand, man. One of the benefits of coming to the Philippines, I don't care what anybody says when they talk about, oh, it's expensive in the Philippines. It can be, depending on how you're living. It's nothing like in America, though. Okay, we ate at Texas Roadhouse again last night. You know, I had the bone-in, the pork chop with, the bone-in pork chop, and the rice and the vegetables. And it was $590. It was $10. You're not gonna. I mean, it was delicious. It was a Texas Roadhouse. You don't get that for $10 in America. But I don't eat out a lot. It's just the lifts and everything. The bus over there. Okay, I can jump on the tricycle here for 20 pesos in San Carlos City. And guess what? The bus in America, where I'm from, it's $4 when I left. I don't know what it is now. The taxi, there's no telling what the taxi starts out in over there. Over here it starts out, even in Manila, it starts out at 40 pesos. What does it start out in America, taxi? I don't even know. He said, yeah, Cal, you know when you get back, you want to eat some soul food. Yeah, all my daughters can cook except my youngest daughter. And then I'm pretty sure their mothers, I don't know if I want to eat anything that she cooks anything. She might spice up my damn food. So I'm going to let my daughters do it. But she's an excellent cook. But you're right, yeah. He said, weed is legal in Saipan. He said, Saipan's on my bucket list. He said, I've never ate so much pork in my life till I got married to a Filipino. Holy cow. Believe it or not, we don't eat a lot of pork. I ate that pork chop last night. I just was in the mood for it. But at home, we eat mostly fish and chicken and seafood. I hardly ever eat pork unless, we get in the mood and we'll go to Mawani for breakfast and we'll eat bacon and eggs. Thomas Marshall says, I need to get my debit card renewed too. Luckily, I have siblings that'll send me the new card when it expires. Don't burn your bridges 8,000 miles from home. Yeah, how do they send that to you? And how long does that take? See? He said, the beach of life, the Coca-Cola shortage the year prior, I had to ask for it at the back of the SNR like I was buying perk back in high school. Yeah, it's going to get silly over in America. How many more days you got till you leave? I leave Monday. It's Friday here, so this is my last weekend. And, I'm officially going to be in an LDR, unofficially, really. Because, hell, we got 6 years in, but technically it's LDR, and it's going to hurt just as much as these other silly LDRs. That's why I tell people from experience, man, don't fool with them LDRs, man. Come over here, meet a girl, have a good time, go on home, and then, I wouldn't make any type of commitments like that. It's just like I'm just going home for a visit. It's not like I'm going home for 6 months and, don't know when I'm going to get back to see the woman. I've had friends over here, man, they came and seen the woman. They haven't been back, man, and they call themselves in a relationship. That's the type of stuff I'm talking about. Don't do that, guys. I got a friend, he got married. Now he's back, and he comes back and forth, but he's not going to be back here until June, mid-June, and they're married now. And I asked him today because we was FaceTiming, and I was like, dude, how does that affect you physically and mentally? It has to affect you because Filipino women, they're going to spoil you, man. They're going to give you the tune-up whenever you want it with the free oil change and lube job every single day if you want it. They throw all other stuff out the window. You know, biologists, they'll say, men want sex every single day, and a woman wants sex about 7 days out of the month. That's what leads to a lot of problems. But see, over here, you don't have that problem. They'll do it every single day with you. And, you're going to miss that. I'm going to miss it for sure. And just, they're not confrontational. I don't have any problems over here like I did in America, man. I'm talking about, I have to have a whole live stream really talking about the differences in my life living here versus in America and what I have to deal with women and everything over there. There's a reason I left. Okay, people don't understand that. It wasn't like I just woke up one day and decided, you know what, I'm going to move to the Philippines. Man, this is years and years and years. I was 55 years old when I came here. It wasn't like I was, 25. But yeah, these long distance relationships is for fools, man. Don't do that. If you get involved with a woman, whenever you can come over here and stay, or she can come over there and stay, or whatever. Otherwise, man, it's ludicrous, man. I'm gonna be like Mike Tyson. That's ludicrous for you to call yourself in a relationship with somebody that lives 8,000 miles away. So technically, yeah, I'm gonna be in a long distance relationship, but unofficially. But we got 6 years straight together. It ain't just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And stuff eats at you, man. Crazy. It'll drive you crazy. I trust Maryland now. You can't trust these women. You don't know them. I see what goes on over here with these young women, man. Because we'll create a monster over here dealing with these young women, spoiling them, giving them all this money, all this attention and everything. We'll change them. She's not going to be the same woman that you met after a while. And then she's going to start thinking, oh, I can have any man I want. But it's not true. Okay, we got women over here thinking that there's 100 men waiting in line for them. It's not. There may be one or two that's going to make that treacherous trip over here. More than likely, it's going to be some man who's already over here that's going to meet her. But very few men make that trip. It's too far. You better have your ducks all in a row. But you can do anything for 2 weeks, but you try to stay over here. You see that guy? I'm not picking on him. He's not the only one. People try to come over here half-stepping. Man, the Philippines will chew you up and spit you out, dude. You better have your money, and you better have your a good plan for living over here. Visiting is a whole different story. He said, Big Shirley's with an attitude. Yeah, I wouldn't. I got it too good over here. People always want to knock you when you say, oh, I live like a king over here. It's just a figure of speech, guys. But when it's compared to the way I was living in America, I do live like a king over here. All I do is pay the bills. Isn't that what the king does? Everything else is taken care for me over here. Everything. All the things I used to do for myself up until December the 3rd when I left America, 2018, even though I was married to a Filipino, when I'm in America, I wash my clothes. I didn't cook. But I washed my clothes. I did all that other stuff. Over here, I don't do anything. Nothing. Hey, Modoc Roughstock, thanks for that super chat. He says, to help your travels out a little, appreciate all you do for us, Cal, man. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Yeah, my bankroll is going to be tested. I'm living pretty good over here on, $2,500, $3,000 a month. Over there, man, it's nothing, man. When I left in 2018, my rent was $900. It was getting ready to go up to $940. And people was like, man, you had it easy, shit. Coming out of $2,500 now, that's, man, because I'm pretty sure that same house is about $1,200 now. But we too busy chasing women over here to appreciate the lower cost of living. People who aren't going crazy. Like, okay, since Philippine Annex is on here, see, there's only two couples that I personally know who are both retired over here, basically, where she brought her husband with her and he brought his wife with him. They're not over here chasing women. They're really taking advantage of everything the Philippines has to offer. The warm weather, the lower cost of living. They're really living the best you could possibly live. You can't do it any better than that. Imagine bringing your wife over here like I thought I was going to be doing. Hell, my wife was here 6 months, man. She hurried up and left. She got so used to being in America, man. And I don't blame her, though. Hey, Kay Dallas, thanks for that super sticker. I don't blame her. You know, she hadn't completed her mission. See, when we came back here, I'm sure her family was looking at her like, what are you doing here? What's your problem? You need to be back over there. You know, and she probably said, well, he said he's depressed, he's anxious, he needs a break from America. They probably said, F him, get your ass back over there. And that's what she did. Hey, Sonny D, thanks for that super chat. He said, take Marilyn out for breakfast. Hey, I appreciate these super chats, man. But y'all know how the super chats work, don't you? I'll get this next month in March. And, you know, after YouTube takes theirs. And, you know, I appreciate all the support, but it's not like you send me the super chat and they give it to me right away. Some people, they take 30%. They take 45% of mine. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm from Kentucky or whatever, because all my tax and stuff is, you know, over in America. But yeah, I appreciate it. But yeah, for anybody who doesn't know, now if you send me a super chat, I don't get it after the live stream is over. Okay? But yeah, my wife hurried up and went back to America, man. So two expats traveling, I think that's the name, Johnny, and what's her husband's name? I can't think. I don't want to say Sonny, but anyway, they're both retired and they're living over here in the Philippines, man. It don't get any better than that. You got two incomes. Now they're traveling all around Southeast Asia. They got a nice place up in, I believe, Cavite. See, that would be, you know, the plan. That's why a lot of Filipinos and their foreign husbands are moving back here, you know, once they retire. I was talking to a guy yesterday. His wife's getting ready to retire. He's already retired. He's visually impaired. They're going to move back here. Well, his wife's still going to be going back and forth, but like this summer, they're moving back here for good. And, you know, he was telling me that his wife's a teacher, and that's how they met. And she took a job on a Indian reservation. The rent is free. Everything's free, like for 9 years, and they saved all that money and bought a nice piece of real estate over here. They're going to build a house. He said, Rashad said, Unc, I respect you, but what you know, I can hurt a lot of men's feelings who's playing their LDR game. Men need to stop and take that sunshine risk. You know, thoughts become things. I'm going to tell you something, man. I wouldn't wish LDR on my worst enemy, man. I wouldn't do it. Not because, first of all, she's going to spoil you. You're going to get used to a certain amount of treatment over here. All right? And, you know, you're just not going to get there. When you go home, when I go home, I'm literally going to wake up to a cold bed. Okay? No, he said you should trust your lady, Cal. She was very nice to us and seems very loyal to you. Yeah, I'm talking about, I just said I can trust Marilyn. I'm talking about when you, a typical LDR is you call yourself boyfriend and girlfriend before you ever meet. You're just chatting. Then he comes over here for 2 to 3 weeks. Then he goes back. He doesn't know when he's going to come back for another 6 months or 8 months. People do that. They'll come here once a year. That's what I'm talking about. I trust Marilyn. She's got too much to lose. I mean, you know, if she thinks she's going to meet another Sunshine Shoulders, another Calvin Rose, uh, she's fooling herself. There's not 100 men waiting to meet her. You know, people seen her and all that, right? And, you know, they know that she exists. But for the typical woman on that dating site, man, men aren't going to make that trip, guys. Mr. Rational 13 says, have they changed the amount of time you can stay in 2015? I haven't been since 2018. It used to be 1 month. Well, you get 1 month visa free when you get here. You don't need a visa if you're coming from certain countries. Then after 30 days, you have to apply for an extension. First extension is 29 days. Then after that, you can extend for 1 or 2 months all the way for 36 consecutive months. That's how it's changed. See, when I first started coming in 2009, it was 18 months. That's the longest you could stay. They doubled it. It's 36 months. They've got a liberal immigration policy. And people, you know, they're mad at you for that. They want you to, they're mad because they went and got an SRV that they don't take advantage of. And they're mad at you because you stay for 36 months, you leave the country for a week, come back and do it all over again. They'll turn you into immigration and different things like that. Oh, y'all should stop people from doing that. You know, I'm talking about Americans. We do this stupid stuff, guys. There's a guy up in Cavite. He did it. You know, he's angry with people for trying to retire in the Philippines on a tourist visa, like we invented the rules. You know, I don't respect people like that. Like, stay in your lane, man. Shut the fuck up and mind your own business. Ain't got no business, you know, knocking people for doing that. Like, okay, you got a SRV. Everybody didn't serve in the service. Yeah, everybody doesn't have 10. Let me get some water real quick. Everybody doesn't have $10,000 and $20,000, you know, bond to set to the side and get an SRV. You know, everybody's situation is not the same. And this is what people don't understand. No way is it the same. Relationships, financially, anyway. First of all, my immigration is my business. Stop telling people your immigration status, guys. I done already suggested to you, stop doing it. It's none of their business. If they ask you, it's like, look, man, this is something I would rather not discuss. You know, you don't have no need to know that. You have no need to know my immigration status because they'll try to use it against you. Yeah, there's no need to know. There's no way they can find out that information either, unless they got some inside information, you know, inside connection in the immigration. There's nowhere you can go online and find out what my status is in the Philippines. Stop telling people that. No, I'm not telling them not to chase women over here. I'm saying, Rashad, you're misinterpreting. He said, telling a single man not to chase, you know, cat in the Philippines is like telling a boy not to eat cookies out the oven, especially the sex addicts who's repressed from the mother board. Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm saying we miss out on a lot when we put the woman, we make her our first priority. You should make yourself the first priority, always. But you're right. Trying to tell men to make themselves the first priority over here, man, it's falling on deaf ears, guys. People aren't listening. So they end up in situations like that guy is. If he'd have put himself first, he'd still have money left. When you start dealing with women over here, it's going to cost you a whole lot of money. It blows your budget out of the water. You have no budget now. Okay? However much money you got, that's what you're going to spend. I'm telling you from experience. I've got, okay, experience with dealing with Filipino women over here, and I can see how my expenses went way up. That's why I don't tell you anything I haven't done. A woman is your biggest expense in the Philippines. You got to take care of her. You're responsible for her. If she has to go to the hospital, you got to pay the bill, guys. Okay? You're not getting anything for free. A relationship is a lot of fine print that we don't read over here. But when people like me try to tell you, you won't listen. You're taking on a whole human being when you start dealing with relationships over here. Especially when you move them in and you start living together. Okay? The smartest money I've ever spent over here was that field health for Maryland. She already had it. She's the only woman that I've ever dealt with over here that had health insurance when I met her. So I just keep it up. It's only 3,600 pesos a year for a whole year. You better get your woman a field health policy or some kind of policy. But we won't do it. You ban iPhones and stuff. Yeah, 2 traveling expats. Yeah, they got it going on, man. Philippine addicts got it going on. It's a lot of people like that over here. You know, they just don't have YouTube channels and stuff. But that would be the way to go. You already got your woman. You already got a good relationship. You can trust her. You know each other. She's got her own income, guys. That's big over here. When you get over here. And a woman, you got to buy everything, even a lollipop. If she wants a lollipop, you got to buy it. Ice candy, whatever it is. Okay, pads. Okay, panty liners, bras, underwear, whatever it is, guys, you got to pay for that. So when guys say, oh, I'm not going to spend any money on women, you don't know what you're talking about over here, okay? He says, some women have dreamed about living abroad all their adult lives. Don't take her over there when you get married, guys. It just depends on the situation. See, when I bought my wife over, I didn't have no choice. I was only 40, how old was I? No, let's see, 2014. I was 51. I wasn't retired. And we had a son, you know, and it was only when we had our son did she start kind of ramping up the heat to come over there. Because at first she didn't want to live there. And then once she got over there, and you know, it's like a kid in a candy store. The United States to a typical Filipino is like Disneyland. Y'all don't understand it. Okay? My wife got a job at General Electric. They were making dishwashers. They started out at like $15 and something. There's no telling what they're paying now. Imagine that. Okay? And she's getting paid every Thursday. She's getting paid more in 1 week. In 1 week. Than she had a college degree in computer software or something. She's real smart with that. But she never earned over 5,000 pesos a month. So imagine she's bringing home checks $450, $500 a week. She's getting more in 1 week than she would earn in 4 or 5 months. They get used to that. So she became a millionaire over there, meaning she was earning well over $1 million. She was earning about 2 million pesos a year over there. Okay, you can't even dream of earning that over here. And now she's got friends, you know, the convenience and everything in America that people get used to. They don't have the red tape over there that they do. She's got more rights there than she does in her own country. Then now she's getting income tax checks back every year, guys. Y'all don't understand. She was over there for 4 years, okay? Now you come back to the Philippines. No matter what she agreed to, when we first, you know, got married and everything, man, all 4 years, 4.5 years would change that. You know, she probably thought, okay, yeah, let's go back to the Philippines. She wasn't over here 6 months, and then all them, you know, the reason she left to begin with start coming back to her, and she got out of there, and she thought I was going to follow her. See? But I wasn't, I couldn't convince her, look, lady, I'm sick. I need a break from there. And she needed a break from here. That's when you're going to have problems. We loved each other. We never had a problem, man. We got along well. She was a perfect wife. But I can't be two places at once. I didn't sign up for you to be there. She said, oh, I do 6 months there and 6 months here. Lady, you're not going to do that. What job is going to allow you to do that? So she was gone for 10 months. And I ended up meeting Merlin. I don't think she was surprised. I mean, what do you think? I'm going to sit over here and be by myself for 10 months? Sorry. He said, no romance without finance. It's true. But for some reason, guys think that because the cost of living over here is cheap, then they can get a woman on the cheap. She's going to start spending money that she don't have. Okay? Merlin spends a whole lot more money now than, man, when I met Merlin, man, she was like a penny pincher. She didn't have no choice. She was counting every peso. Now it's like you turn on that spigot, man, and they get used to that. It's just, I'm just lucky that the women that I've met over here, they're not materialistic. Because if you get one like that, because I know guys who got them, you in trouble, man. You in trouble over here. And then, because they're looking for love, man. Love hurts, man. You fall in love with the wrong woman over here, man, or anybody, but certainly over here, man, you in trouble. And then, you have to go back, and then she starts fooling around with the younger Filipino man. She might even have a Filipino man to begin with, or she may be in a lesbian relationship. Okay, or just whatever it is. He said, the fine print. Oh, and by the way, did I tell you I have 2 boys staying with my grandmother in the province? Yeah. Or, by the way, did I tell you I'm married? Okay, and that man that I told you was my cousin, he was actually, my husband. Because I didn't know if our relationship was going to work out or not. I wanted to make sure first before I told you. Because they know that they're more attractive if they say they don't have children. Okay, they're more likely to get a hit on the dating site if they put, I don't have children. And you're not going to know anyway. You're not going to know anyway. And then by the time she pussy whips you, which is what they do, that's their whole key. That's what they're trying to do to you. That's the whole point of giving it to you like they give it to you every single day, the way you want it, how you want it, when you want it, and everything, where you want it. Because once they get you whipped and get you falling in love, now she knows, okay, yeah, remember, by the way, I told you, I forgot to tell you, yeah, I do have 2 children. And then she's going to, lean on your sympathy. I'm sorry, I didn't think you would love me. And then you're going to be whipped now. Yeah, she done gobbled that thing up just the way you like it. And you're going to be like, oh, it's okay. I love you anyway. And that's going to be that. Lamar said, Cal, the first time I went in the dollar store, I spent $60 on crap. The lady was laughing, saying, you a man that doesn't shop. You just wasting money on anything. Get a woman in your life. He said, Americans are like NBA players to foreign women. Yeah. Yeah, but we're over here looking for love. She's over here looking for money. She's looking for a new life. And somehow, some way, you work it out. It's a crazy mix, man. At least there is a chance, man, however small it is, that, a real relationship can develop out of it. Don't look for that to happen, though, guys. Go into it knowing it's all about your money, because if you don't have money, she's not going to be interested in you. Just remember what you're going into it for and why you're there. And that's all you have to focus on. Keep the focus on yourself. Don't focus on her. Thinking she's going to love you, wanting her to love you, needing her to love you, man. Sky's over here, man. Okay, there's one couple on YouTube right now. He was 58 when he met her, and I think she was 18. And I don't know, man. Are you happy? That's all you should be focused on. Because if you're happy, all that other stuff is not even going to make any sense to you. It's not even going to make a difference. Your mind's going to be clear. You're not going to get used. Let some woman run over you. You're going to be able to read the fine print real clearly. You're going to read it. You're going to have that damn magnifying glass. But if you're just over here thinking that a woman's going to complete you, you're asking for trouble. You're in the Philippines, man. People struggle over here. The women that we deal with, they struggle, and they struggle bad. And you get no sympathy over here. You better have something to offer her. So whatever it is you're giving her, you just better make sure you're getting what you want in return, guys. Stop, making it all about her. You're making all the sacrifices. How many times we got to have this discussion? I guess over and over and over till you get it into your head. You're making all the sacrifices. She's just over here living life as usual, minding her own business. You got to buy that expensive plane ticket. You got to get on that plane and make that long-ass trip. And then when you get over here, you got to pay for the restaurants, the food, the Airbnb and hotel. If you go to the beach, wherever you go, the karaoke. You got to do all of that. The Luchine. You don't know anybody but her. You can't understand the language. You're at a grave disadvantage. Man, you better make sure the focus is on you. You're getting what you came for. It sounds cold, but it's cold over here. Okay? Hey, Jeremy said, much love from New Orleans. There's a mix there. You can work it out. I've worked it out without losing myself over here. I don't spend any money that doesn't benefit me too. Okay? I'm not buying the iPhone 16 Max. And I'm sitting here with an Oppo phone. Okay, you got an NMAX. You got a brand new NMAX because I know I may need to be on that NMAX too. I'm not going to be sitting around riding around on a Honda, what's that one that's only 110 cc's and all that. No, I built that house. I'm benefiting from that house. Every peso I spend, I'm somewhere in the mix. Okay, I'm sorry. And you better think the same way too. Keep on making it all about her. Love hurts, man. You fall in love, man. And then you got to do that long distance thing, and or you find out she's got somebody else or whatever it is, or she really isn't into you. She don't love you the way you love her. And she'll never love you the way you love her. Nobody loves the same. Even if you've been with a woman for 20 years. The way love is different to her than it is to you. He said she's investing her time with you, though, and it seems the women compete with younger women, and old is 30 or something crazy, so her time is valuable. Yeah, you're right. That's what I'm saying, Laura, but we have to understand what we're bringing to the table and what it is that we have to make sure that we're getting out of the relationship what we went into it for. Because she's going to get it initially for her. It's all about money and a better way of life. And we stay focused on her. We never talk about, well, what is it you want? See, I just want to be happy. If I'm happy, okay, everything else is going to fall into place because I'm not going to misuse or mistreat anybody. Okay, and I'm not going to let you mistreat me. Let's establish that first. Yeah, she's trading her time and everything else, for a better life. But okay, what am I trading? And, to some people, they think, oh, well, if you're 30 years old and you haven't been married, you don't have any children, you're considered an old man. So the time starts ticking over here, that biological clock over here. But you don't think that way. He said it's freezing cold in the Philippines, but you'll hide if you got it. Yeah, it gets cold when you run out of money. Look at that guy. I keep bringing him up because he's in the news right now. He's in the YouTube news right now. It ain't looking at him right now. But if he had some money, it wouldn't matter what he looked like. But run out of money, and you're going to see the stark reality that some people don't want to see. They come over here thinking, oh, she loves me for my good looks and intelligence. No, that's not why she loves you. What's up, Victoria Dove? What's up, Nomadic? Beneto. He said, greetings, Sunshine Shoulders. What's up, y'all? He said, man, thanks for the good content, keeping it 100. Hey, thank you, man, for the support. He said, men and women have different capacities for love. Grown men need to worry less about love and more about respect. Yeah, and trust. See, if you can trust us, trust to me is more, trust is over love to me, because love is, it's subjective. You'll never know if somebody really loves you, but you'll know if you can trust somebody. That's what you need to be on over here. As long as you can trust her, it doesn't matter if you love me, because if you can trust her, right? And you can go to sleep at night knowing that she's not going to take your wallet and she's not trying to go in your bank account because you didn't give her your pen. See, Merle's got my pen because I trust her. I know that if something happens to me, she's going to go in there and do what's right. She's not going to rob me. Because if she was, she could have robbed me a long time ago. Now, does she love me? I can think what I want to think. But I don't really know 100%. I know what she says. So, yeah, trust is number one to me. After that, man, it's just so many attractive women over here. But can you trust them? Who is this woman? What's behind that attractive outside, exterior? You don't know. I'm not going to roll the dice again, because I did that before. Okay, my son's mother, man, you're not going to get a better woman over in the Philippines than what she was. But she came to me so easily that I thought, well, hell, I can easily get another woman like her. I couldn't. It wasn't until I met Marilyn, how many years later? 10 years later? He said, Lamar says, we bring a complete lifestyle upgrade and a way out of poverty, and that can't be underestimated. Right. You have to know your value. But you also have to know what you want, so you know whether you're getting it or not. If you make it all about her like these guys are doing, imagine buying a woman a $10,000 ring. Now she's over in America. I found out yesterday that she's in America now. He done bought the ring. He done got her and her daughter. They're over in America now, the K-1 visa. And this woman's already been with 2 or 3 foreigners already. Because he made it all about the woman. I don't want a woman that's been with 2 or 3 foreigners taking me for granted. It's going to cost you more. You got to do whatever he didn't do. But it's all about trust. Okay? Love, man, is subjective, guys. I don't care what you say. It's hard for me when I look at these couples over here to believe that there's true love there. I'm not judging. I'm just saying it's hard for me to believe. Knowing what I know over here, being over here for 16 years, seeing the struggle and all of that, seeing people go broke and get pushed to the side. Okay, seeing these odd couples over here, these misfits over here. You're going to see some crazy stuff in the Philippines that you will never see in America unless he brings her to America. You just don't see it. Okay, it's some misfit couples over here, man, that will shock you. You'll be like, damn. You have to know that it's all about money, but it's okay as long as you getting what you set out to get. But we don't even go, we're looking for love, man. You don't even know what love looks like. You don't even love your damn self. Hey, Mr. Rational 13, thanks for that super chat. He said, just for the info, much appreciated. Man, thank you. This is just common sense. I'm just giving you what I know about over here. You don't even love yourself. We come in here looking for love. You on the dating site looking for love. We're asking women to love us who don't even love themselves, man. A lot of the women I'm talking about that we deal with, I'm not painting all Filipinas and all Filipinos. I'm just talking about the ones we deal with, that little percentage that's on the dating sites where we look for love. You're looking for it in that dating site, man. It's not there, man. It's not there. Because she's certainly not looking for love. I don't care what they got in that description and all of that. It takes a long time for Filipinos to trust you. It's just how it is, man. We got a messed up reputation over here. Okay? It takes a long time for them to trust you. That's why you got to keep coming back. See, the people treat me the way that they do in St. Carlos City because I've been there in May it'll be 6 years. They know me already now. They know who I am. They can trust me now. But when I first got there, it wasn't like that. You got women who speak to me over there now in St. Carlos City. It's unheard of, man, as a foreigner. Women ain't going to speak to you. What times the travel says, I feel you, Cal, long distance is no joke. That's why I had to leave my woman. It hurt me, brother. She went in depression. Fellas, look at the big picture before you make that big commitment. Yeah, they want the commitment. They want that commitment from you. They want it on the dating site. Once they get that commitment, that's set. That's set. They want you to commit before you even get over here. Oh, we're boyfriend and girlfriend now. We're in a relationship. So now you start sending money before you even get over here. You don't know her. You never been with her. You don't know if it's going to be a good connection or not. Okay? Because you don't know if the woman's got an elephant pussy or not. You don't know what she's got. But she wants that commitment from you. And you got to just slow down a little bit and say, okay, we got plenty of time for that. Wait till I get over there. Hey, Blizzard Abroad, thanks for that super chat. He says, salute, Brother Cal. What's the temperature over there where you are? He's in Connecticut. We're too much in a damn hurry. We're looking for love. You don't even love yourself. When you put the needs of somebody else over your needs, you don't love yourself. You have to come first because she's going to put herself first. He said, when Unc gets back to the field, his reunion tune-up, Scream going to put Lexington Steel to shame. If you know, you know. Man, I'm going to tell you something. It's crazy. I'm going to have to be focused, man, with my meditation, working out, eating right, because the minute Marilyn leaves, I don't know if she's leaving Sunday night or Monday morning. It starts, man. You're going to have that, it's the withdrawal symptoms like you would anything else you get addicted to. Hey, Sam W. says, people always spouting love. Yeah, Disney, man, man, that love is a bad word as far as I'm concerned. It gets people in a lot of trouble, man. And you looking for love, and then all the woman's got to say is, I love you. And you sprung. The Pay Mark Nash campaign says, I don't have any problems get any ladies here. I'm 5'7", 250 pounds, and got 5 inches. The ladies love me. Yeah, well, they love your money. If you got money, okay, they're gonna love you. Victoria Dove said, "Trust is ultimate." I agree. It is, because you can know if you can trust somebody, but you don't know if they'll ever love you. You just don't know. And then how many definitions of love is it? I tell you all the time, I love Curly, but he gonna keep his ass outside. He ain't sleeping in his bed. I certainly not gonna marry him. I'm not gonna let him lick me in my face and all that. I'm not gonna do all that. But I love Curly. Jim Crane said the trust train always supersedes the fantasy of love. Honesty, number one. Great topic. Yeah, if you can trust a woman over here, if you find a woman over here and you can trust her, you better stay with her. Because you don't know what you're getting. Yeah, you're going to get a young, attractive woman, but what else are you getting? I want to be able to sleep at night. I'm 8,000 miles from home. You know, the whole world's against me over here. If I got one person I can depend on, man, I'm good. You know, now, I can work with you. I can help you now. Just look, if you got my back over here, that's what I need. I don't need to be playing games over here with somebody. You know, look, guys, pussy comes a dime a dozen in with the women we're dealing with. You better look for something more than that. He said, I feel like a Latino woman would appreciate you more, though. Well, it's all subjective. If that's what you like. I'm just telling you, a good woman here is as good as it gets. Maybe I need to do another video about that topic. I did it about 3 years ago. If you find a good woman over here, it's as good as it gets. It doesn't get any better. I don't care where you go in the world. If you find the right woman over here, it don't get any better, because what we try to do, I'm telling you from my experience, with my son's mother, it didn't get any better than her, but I thought, oh, she came to me so easy. What else can I get? And I was chasing a woman like her for 10 years till I finally met Marilyn. I should just be with my son's mother. Okay, events have proven that to be facts. Okay, there wasn't, I never found anybody better than her. Her and Marilyn's about on the same level. Okay, so all I'm back to is square one now. But that's what we'll do. So I'm just trying to tell you, if you do find a woman over here, because you're going to have the roving eye. You know that as a man, as a foreign man who's got a decent income over here, your options, you got so many options. He said you'll see old dudes carrying around infants. Yeah, I was one. Yeah, I was 6? No, I was 57 when Booby was born. I just turned 57. But yeah, you see guys older than me. But it don't get no better, man. If you find a good woman, just stay there, man, because you're going to be tempted to roll the dice and say, oh, I can get somebody better. No, I'm telling you, it's not. Especially if you can trust her and you already know, about what she's going to do and what you know what to expect. How much money that it's going to cost. If you find one that's not materialistic, remember, she was from the province. Now, I met her in Cebu because she was working in Cebu, but y'all seen where she was from. I took y'all up there when I went to see my son. She was from the province. She's the only woman I ever dealt with from the province. Well, actually, 2 women. She didn't want nothing, but those province women, it is a difference there is a difference between the city woman and a province woman. Province women, if Filipinos love hard, province women love harder. They're more traditional. If they will cut your dick off, man. They don't play. If you, whatever you say you're going to do, you better do it. He said, we're really looking for lust. I know we're lusting, because that's what I got down here. Euphoria, lust, infatuation, or love. You know, which one is it? But then but I'll take being happy over all of them. Because happiness comes from within. It doesn't come from without. We're looking for it in somebody else. I know it sounds crazy. Oh, he's doing it. It's true, though. No woman's going to make you happy. What happens when she gets up on the wrong side of the bed? It's that time of the month. She's grumpy. He said white men in white tube socks up to their knees at the beach. He said, hey, Cal, your wife, she's working in Singapore before. Yeah, she was for about 8 months. He said, me too, man. I need trust in her first instead of love because I know she is with me because of my money and a better life. Yeah. And then you got to realize why you with her. Why are you with her? You want a companion. You know, you want some intimacy probably, you know. You like looking at a younger woman, you know. You got to keep the focus on you because we really don't know. I'm not a man reader. I don't know what she's thinking for real. So I got to go into it knowing what I know about me. What is it that I want out of the relationship? But it ain't love, man. It's not love. Don't come over here looking for love. Now, if you find it, consider yourself fortunate. But if you come over here looking for love, man, you'll be sadly disappointed, man. Hey, Lawrence, what's up? He said, checking in from South Carolina. He said, see, look, okay, Roselle Silos. He said, I just need a beautiful girl to love me and cook good food. I love good food. But what if you can find a beautiful girl that you can trust, but you're not really sure that she loves you? You get along well. You don't argue. You don't fight. She doesn't steal from you or anything like that. When we throw love in there, man, I'm telling you, man, it's that word love is just, it gets a lot of people in trouble, man. Raymond Smith says, I remember you said, Cal, the party don't start till you get there. That's right. You are the party. You're the party. When you get here, okay, like I said, the average salary over here of everybody here is about $300 a month. So you get over here for that 2 week, you're a 2 week millionaire. You may have the $3,000 to $5,000, man. That's a lot of money. Okay, because you're buying stuff. They're looking at you like, wow, he bought a whole lechon by himself. A lechon now is about 10,000 pesos. That's a whole month's salary. But see, believe it or not, the thing that I can respect Filipinos for, man, they will save. Okay, I'm talking about the typical Filipino. I'm not talking about the down and outs and all that. They will save, and they'll, you know, be able to buy that lechon, but look how long it took them. You get off the plane, you buy the lechon. All the fixings, the 2 cases of Red Horse. You're doing all of this, man. You go out and, you know, and you'll spend 10,000 pesos in one day. They'll look at you like, wow, this guy, he's the party. The party don't start till you get there because they have to, if their birthday is in June, like Marilyn's birthday is in May, she got to start planning in January or December to have everything together. You come over there and the first day is the party. It takes you start the party that takes them 6 months to plan. Blizzard Bra says it's been in the 50s the last couple of days. Wow. Now that's like the summer. Yeah, he said, tell them again, love yourself, not the woman's pussy. Yeah, but that's like Rashard said, trying to tell men that, it's tough. Hold on, let me let Marlon in. Wait. Was there anybody in the gym? Huh? Yeah, it's probably crowded in the day.
No, it's not.
It's not?
It's not crowded there.
Did you?
No,
Okay,
I didn't
good.
pay the laundry yet.
No, I'm talking about you paid the phone.
Yeah,
Okay, good. How'd you do that?
in Cebuana.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
They let you do it?
Mhm.
Did they send you an acknowledgement?
The receipt.
Oh, okay. He said, yeah, Unc, stay focused, get motivated to get back like Rocky did in Rocky 4. Yeah, that's all I'm going to do, man, because I know what I got waiting for me. I'm not going to risk it, man. I wouldn't risk it. I'm telling you, man, I'm not rolling the dice anymore. If you got a good woman over here, it doesn't get any better than that. I'm telling you from experience. If I was to throw Marilyn back and me and Marilyn broke up, man, I'm just telling you that only thing I'm going to get is somebody as good as Marilyn. And look how long it's going to take me. Now I got to go through all the changes that you got to go through. Can I trust them? I can trust Marilyn, okay, because, people always talk about, oh, yeah, that house isn't in your name. Well, I never would have did all that if I couldn't trust Marilyn. Okay, because remember, Marilyn told us out of her own mouth. I said, well, Marilyn, these guys want to know, how will you know if a Filipino is really into you? Marilyn said, once they get what they came into the relationship for. Once she has what she came into the relationship for, then you're going to see if she's really into you or not. Okay? So Marilyn's got everything now. If she wasn't into me, she could, she would have kicked me to the curb a long time ago. But it's all about trust. He says, I found a woman I can trust, but she's rare. It is rare. You can find love anywhere, man. A woman will tell you she loves you, man, to get what she wants. Those women come a dime a dozen. I'm talking about, can you really trust her? Okay? Remember, John's problem was he didn't trust that woman. I don't even know if he loved her, because when he died, the woman didn't even have his PIN number, man. Okay? If you trust a woman, that means, that means she's gonna go into your account and steal all your money. I mean, you gotta trust somebody. What in the world are you doing over here? You 8,000 miles from home. You can't speak the language. You don't know anybody. Only the woman that you with. It even takes a while to get to know the expats and which ones you can trust and which ones, you can depend on and whatever. So John was with her over 2 years. And he still didn't give her that information. Something simple like that. Okay? Like, okay, look, if something happened to me, you got to go in here to the ATM and get the money. Because the ATM is going to, first of all, you have to understand there's some protections in place, guys. It's not like the woman can just go in there and wipe you out. Over here in the Philippines, as a foreigner, they're only going to allow so much money to come out of your account every day. By that time, hell, you done already called the bank or something and say, hey, this woman that took my card. She might get you out of $800 or something like that. But if you can trust her, she's not going to take a penny. And if she needs to go in there, she's going to be able to go in there, get the money you need. John's body, if it wasn't for this community right here, we got John's body out of that morgue, guys. I'm proud to say that. That's the type of stuff we need. We'll help you if you really, really need it. I'm not going to help some young guy who's sitting there. He's healthy. He's young. There's nothing wrong with him. He just overspent his money, foolishly spent his money, and now wants us to fund his lifestyle over here. I couldn't get any sympathy from him. I mean, I just didn't feel anything when I saw that interview. If I would have, hell, I'd have helped him more than I did. But you got to trust somebody, man. You can sleep better at night, knowing that you got some woman over here that's got your back. Okay? Yeah, he said, Calvin, you got greedy. There was no upgrade. But see, I didn't know that then, wrong Ross. You guys know it now because I'm telling you. Because you're going to do the same thing. You're going to get the roving eye when you come over here. That's why guys, they can't stick with the first woman they meet over here. It's usually 4 or 5 down the road that they end up, it goes off, oh, okay. This is about as good as I'm going to get. Ain't no sense in me keep on jumping around, bouncing around. He said, you had steak and found a hamburger. Yeah. I got steak now. I know I got steak. There's younger women over here. There's more attractive women. There's more intelligent women that have more money. But I can trust Merlin. I know what I got. Okay, there's no sense in me going back in there. If I do, I'm just being ornery. And then I deserve whatever it is I'm going to get. You see what I'm saying? She says peace and happiness. That's right. That supersedes all that other stuff. I've got that here. I can sleep at night. When Merlin goes to the gym, I don't have to worry about, oh, she's texting some other man over there. And if she does, okay, it's on her. W Secret Success says peace is the ultimate goal for me. Everything else is secondary and thereafter. Right. Nomadic Benato says, yeah, that script can get flipped in 60 seconds. There is a script. I'm the only one. I'm the first one that told y'all about that because it came out of my mind. It's a script. But when you tell people that, they think they're unique. No, there's a script. When you get off that plane and the woman, from the moment you meet her on the dating site till you meet her at the airport or whatever for the first time, there's a script. How do I know? Because every woman that I met over here, it played out the same way. Nothing, there was no difference. Everything was the same. It usually begins with them meeting you at the airport and you go straight to the hotel for the freak off. It's like every single one of them. And then the next day when you wake up, maybe the next day or two later, they start talking about, what are your plans for me? You start getting more, okay, now let's go meet the family. Let's go get the place. Okay. And then, it goes from there, but it's a script. He says, she always tell me she loves me. I respond, I got love for you. He said, I've been married to my Panay 7 years, never had issues, and been living here permanently, will never go back. Yeah, you're still on your honeymoon. And you can be married to a Filipino for 7 years standing on your head. They're easy to get along with. Because we're in a yes relationship. And, I congratulate you, Road King Twin. But here's the thing. As long as you continue to do what you said you were going to do, and she continues to do what she said she's going to do, where's the problem? The problem is when one of you stops doing what you said you're going to do. That's within any relationship. That's within a relationship. Once somebody breaks that agreement, that's when the problems start. But as long as for 7 years, you've been doing everything you said you're going to do, and she's been doing everything she said she's going to do, what's the problem? I don't see it. Most of us come in here and get into these yes relationships. You say yes all the time, she says yes. Whatever it is. You wake up, at 7 in the morning, you got the wood. Hey, come on, give me the oil change. Yeah. Okay. So she changes your oil. There's no problem. But if you get up and you got the wood and you say, oh, change the oil, well, wait till after I eat or something like that. And then by that time, you don't have wood anymore. Now it's rubber. Okay, and you do that enough and it start being a problem. Hey, Angelo, what's up? Welcome to the chat. He said, I think love is bullshit unless it's unconditional love for your kids or parents. Yeah, see? It's there's very few unconditional love. It's all conditions. It's all conditional over here. Any relationship. It's just like I said, as long as you're doing what you say you're going to do, I'm going to love you. I'm going to stay here with you. But the minute that you don't, we got a problem. He says, how many couples love each other and eventually break up or divorce? It's all bullshit. My girlfriend doesn't agree though. But it's true, because their definition of love is different from yours. Or somebody stops doing what they agreed to do. There's vows. But guess what, Angelo? We don't live by the vows. Okay? You make the vow at your wedding. This is what you're agreeing to do. But then it's just words to people for real. To most of us. That's the reason why you got all those divorces over there. But then some people shouldn't even be getting married to begin with. Okay, like my daughter, 22. She wants to get married. She really just wants the wedding. She's always posting and stuff on Facebook. They show the wedding. She said, oh, I can't wait to get married. That's all she's really thinking about. What about after the dance is over? After the lights go out, now you really got to go on with real life. Everybody's gone home. You put the dress, give it back to the, rental place or whatever it is, and now you stuck there looking at each other. That's, when the shit hits the fan. He says, I'm 40 now, my wife's 20 now, we're raising our kids here. Yeah, so that means you got a good thing going. That means she was 22 when you met her, yummy 22. Yeah, they yummy 6. You couldn't ask for more. But as long as you continue to do what you're supposed to do and she continues to do what she's supposed to do, you're not going to have a problem. He said, shit, I bought 2 Lachans. It was about 3 generations showed up. Laura says, yeah, you've matured and learned. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Laura, even from 2010, when I met my son's mother, I'm not the same man I was. That was 15 years ago. I was 46. And I thought, hell, look how easy this was. I could surely get another woman like this. I mean, because she was perfect. There was nothing. There was no upgrade to that. And then the tune-up, oil change, luger, everything, man. I'm talking about, she was the perfect. You could not, okay. It took me 10 more years and then I found Marilyn. Really. Because even my wife wasn't on that level. My wife was a good woman. I loved her and everything. But she wasn't on that level. He says, I took my wife and family to America, and the best part, he said they did not like it at all. Well, they must not have been there long enough. I've met women who didn't like it. They eventually came back. They divorced their husband. I guess they're divorced. And got back with the Filipino, and she's living in Pagadian, living in the province, in a Cubo. When she was living a good life in America. But that's rare. That's very rare that happens. The Philippines and America has a special relationship, man. It's a connection there. They know a whole lot about America. There's a lot of Filipinos over in America. She probably has family members over there, friends or something, who's went over there. It's not like going to Britain or someplace, France or someplace like that. And there's a long history, okay, between the Philippines and America. And a lot of them, when they get over there, man, they won't even come back. They won't even come back to see their family. Now, they'll send back buying boxes and stuff like that. But they won't come back. Because we don't know the reason they left. And that's why a lot of people, they're like, well, why do you like the Philippines so much? Why won't you go back to America? They don't know the reason I left. She wanted to go to America for the same reason I wanted to come here. I just needed a change. You know, my wife was young, and I don't blame her. What I blame her for doing is leaving me and our son over here. I don't blame her for wanting to go back to America, but you broke your vows. It says in sickness and in health. Okay? But her mission wasn't complete. She's over there completing her mission, whatever it is. Okay, it's very important that she's over there. Okay? Just in case anything happens over here, she's earning the money over there. She can handle it over here. That's part of the mission, to lift the whole family up if she can. Even though she comes from a good family. Brothers have been in the military. Let's see. He was already in the military when we met. So he's coming up on 20 years. Her sister, both her sisters are married to seamen. You know, but you make it to America, that's a big difference. Jacob Tanja said John Wells didn't trust anyone. Well, he certainly didn't trust that lady. Now, he showed me, believe it or not, John opened up his, I don't know why, I guess when I came over there, he was always on his computer. That's what he did. He loved his money, man. John did. He was in love with his money. Because all he would do was sit, he'd have his laptop open to his investment accounts. And every day he'd call him, Cal, yeah, it went down 11,000. Because John had over $1 million in there. When John died, he was a millionaire. Now, I don't know what it would be after taxes and all that stuff. But that's what John was into. And he showed that to me, but I couldn't access it. I mean, he didn't trust me that much. You know, he let me look. He said, look, here's what I got today. It was like $1,099,000 something when I saw it. But it would go up and down. He said, my man trusts me with all his money. He did not trust her. Yeah, he didn't trust her. See, I trust Marilyn. You know, she hasn't given me a reason not to trust her. I put her in a situation where she could have effed me if she wasn't any good. But I'm not going to trust her right in the beginning. There's levels to that. It takes a while, you know, for you to earn my trust. You can't do it overnight, but we try to do it. See, that's the script. We move in. That's part of the script. You move in immediately together. And you start this on-the-job training sort of thing. He said, yeah, if you come here, you got to be able to trust. If you can't, then you with the wrong one. Absolutely, you with the wrong one. You know, but honestly, Janessa was a real nice woman. She loved John's dirty draws. Now, like I said, when you're dealing with Filipinos, there is a chance that a real relationship could develop, even though he was 62. But John wasn't stupid. He said, Calvin, I know she's with me for my money. Because John wasn't going to win any beauty contest. And he had an attractive woman who didn't have kids. Okay, never been with a foreigner before. She had a boyfriend before. You know. But he, you know, that was his big mistake, though, was not trusting her. Because his body laid in that morgue a lot longer than he had to. You know, we gave her, I think it was $121,000 just from here. I mean, that's a lot of money over here, man. You don't understand. It's like giving somebody $120,000 in America. I'm not talking about the exchange rate. I'm talking about the degree of difficulty that it would have took Janessa to come up with 120,000 pesos. It's the same degree of difficulty it would take you to come up with 120,000 in America. That's just unheard of money. When John met her, she was earning like $80 a month. She was earning like 4,000 pesos a month. Okay? This is what I'm talking about. When you come over here, you got to get to know the woman that you're gonna lay down with. And she ain't gonna love you right away. You guys think you're getting off the plane, the woman gonna love you, or she gonna love you through the computer screen. Man, y'all crazy, man. He said, I'm right here next to the pier going to Bahal. Oh, wow. I love Bahal. He said, you got to get in where you fit in. He said, from wood to rubber. Yeah. See, if she's doing what she's supposed to do, when it's wood, she's on it. Don't be like, okay, well, wait till after dinner, or, let me brush my teeth or take a shower. Then by that time, it done went down. You're like, you got to wait now. And you keep on doing that, it's a problem. Oh, okay. He said, Cal, you might have missed my earlier comment. He said, tell Marilyn Mahakita Para Mahakahayo and ask her what it means. It means, yeah, do you love money? You love money and you love it a lot? Raymond Walker says, I finally got the right one the third attempt. See? This is what people don't realize. That first woman you meet is probably not going to be, you're not going to stay with her for a lot of reasons. And number one reason is your roving eye. You done met her, she's probably a lukewarm 5 online, and you're happy because, hell, you're 63. You haven't had anything that looked like her since you were 25. But then you get over here and, the first night, couple of nights is good. Then you start going out in the public, going out to the mall, and you see these stunners over here that you think you may have a chance with. And you start dirtying the water up. It happens to everybody, man. It happens. You're not going to see the real Filipinos until you get over here. Every day you'll see. That's why you have to be firm in your commitment. You don't want to commit right away. You have to be firm in it, man. You got to be knowing, yeah, this is the one for me. Because every single day you're going to see the most beautiful woman you've ever seen in your life over here. I'm just telling you from experience. There's some really beautiful women here. And you're going to see them and you're going to be like, wow, But if you're firm in your commitment with your woman, there's just going to be another pretty face. But if you're not, you're always going to be thinking, man, what I'm missing out on. I'm missing out on something. And you can't focus on the woman you got because you're thinking about something out there. The grass is always greener, because your mind is always reaching for something it doesn't have. But you can meet the right one over here. I've done it, where you're perfectly satisfied. Roderick Lee says, I'm planning my grand finale. I'm counting down to receive my pension at 57. With 35 years of service with the VHA. Wow, a little over 3.5 years ago, I did not need love at this point. Yeah, we come over here looking for love, man. I'd rather be happy. I know I can be happy. I know for sure. I know what happiness feels like. I don't know what love feels like. I might just be euphoric. Look up the word euphoria. And it's got the same characteristics as what you think love is. And infatuation. But euphoria really is, man, you're talking about, that the butterflies in your stomach and all that. Man, that's euphoria. What's up, Derek Williams? He said, my friend spoiled his lady. 6-figure lifestyle. He was hurt in a car accident. She was driving and couldn't walk.
I think that's mine.
What? No, that's yours for real. You use mine. It don't matter. I'm talking about the towels. She was cheating the entire time he was in therapy. Now, I told y'all about the Facebook post I saw, man. It was touching. Now, the man and the lady that went a motorcycle accident. The lady came away. She basically wasn't hurt, but the man broke his neck, broke his back. He left him. He can't move. And for 8 years, man, this woman has just been tirelessly taking care of him. She uses that crank to crank him out of the bed, bring him over, crank him down the wheelchair, push him over to the table, feed him, clothe him, bathe him, and the whole 9 yards. She's done that. That's commitment, man. Now, how much longer she gonna be able to do it, I don't know. She looked fairly young, but she's got a good one. Sarana Lot says, it took 3 years for me to trust, man. What are you looking for? Huh?
My bad.
Your bag? There, I get it. You make him be seen. Okay. I will get 1 million views. Come on over here. Show it. He said, it took me 3 years to trust man. I'm looking for those red flags. I've known her since October 2018 winning. Yeah, see, these guys, man, they're just bearing witness to what I'm saying, man. You're not going to be able to trust. We thinking we can trust women too soon. You looking to get used, man. Let her earn it. The minute she says she love you and give you the tune-up or change your oil, whichever one, you done lost it. This is the love of my life. I see it all the time. I see it every single day. This is the best thing I've ever had. I don't want to tell them, man, that relationship's not going to work. S. Beach of Life, he had a nice girl, but it didn't work. Now he's with somebody nicer. First of all, you don't know what constitutes a good woman over here. It's not the same as in your country. So before you know whether or not you got a good woman or not, it may take you 1 or 2 or 3 other women. Mike Dawsonville says, love is overrated to me. It's all about trust. Yeah. If I can't trust you, then I can't be with you. I got to trust you before I can love you. Before I'm going to let you stick around me and hang around me long enough for me to have true feelings for you. Mike, I agree 100% with you. If I don't trust you, I'm not going to be able to go to sleep at night. TJ said, living in a province hut. Hey, love conquers all, on occasion, even common sense. Yeah. But that ain't love. He said, I got to find a woman with tradition and values. The cultural differences, we get greedy coming from America. I got myself a woman from the province, not too much younger than me. Whatever works for you. Everybody, remember I just said it about an hour ago. For some reason, we think everybody's life is supposed to be the same over here. We're supposed to have the same visa. We're supposed to have the same the same age gap, live the same lifestyle. It don't work like that. You got to come out. You got to come over here. Remember I tell you that the Philippines gives you a ball of clay. You got to fashion your life out of that ball of clay that the Philippines gives you. And then whatever it is, then run with that. We follow the followers. So you end up getting scammed. You end up dating women you have no business dating. You end up ignoring people that you shouldn't ignore because they say, oh, I don't want an older woman. Jeffrey Taylor's friend, he's 63. He married a woman 60. Now, what if he came over here and tried to be like everybody else and wanted a 23-year-old woman? And he's 63. You got to learn to think for yourself, man. Come over here and fashion a life for yourself. Stop following people. You done you done been a great leader in your own country. Then you want to come over here and be a follower. Make that make sense to me. Don't follow the crowd over here, man. You're going to get slaughtered over here. You see the man on my thumbnail. Those are the guys who come over here looking for love. Okay? You end up like that. He said, love is a hell of a drug. He said, John accepted reality. I don't even think John was, I know John wasn't ready to die. John was still full of life. He was supposed to came back to America in February of that year. He died in January to take care of some business, to tie up some stuff. Then he was going to come back and get married. Yeah, cyber love. But see, there's a guy, Roger Troutman. He came out with a song a long time ago in the 90s, wasn't it? Called Computer Love. I mean, you know, with all this online stuff wasn't even happening then. I don't even know where he got that. He grabbed that out of the ether. Blizzard Brown said, Cal, you going to live stream from the U.S.? Absolutely. I'm not going to stop anything. It's going to be business as usual. It's just my content's not going to be so much about the Philippines unless it's on my live stream. You know, I'm in America. So much content in America. Certainly for me, coming back after 6 years, I'm not going to put America down. It's my home. But I'm going to talk about, you know, the differences, how it was, how it is now versus when I left, you know, how I'm treated like a king over here, which I am. It's subjective. I heard old dog New Trick say, yeah, I don't like to hear people say that. He says two things he's tired of hearing people say. They're living like a king or being treated like a king. And what's the other one that he said? I can't remember the other one. But it was two things, one, but it's both subjective. Because I do live like a king over here. He said, I love you, but you're too expensive. Yeah, but yeah, I do live like a king over here, man. Amon said, let's be honest to each other, that the majority of these love relationships are down the toilet. In the meantime, being single is not that bad. It's not that bad. You're right. You got to find yourself first. There's guys over here who are living single. I know my buddy Willard. I won't say his last name, but Willard. There's another guy. He's been over here a long, long time. He's tried the relationship stuff. He's single. I mean, they're single, but they're still going out and doing things. And you can see it. You can look at them and see the difference between their demeanor and somebody in a relationship's demeanor. They come and go as they please. You know, see, you're going to have, man, stress, man, in a relationship. Okay, there's going to be disagreements and all that stuff, man. That's why I say love hurts. Thomas says, you don't come 8,000 miles to be by yourself. If guys say that, they're lying. Yeah, a lot of times it just doesn't work and they figure, well, I don't want to live in. You know, they're probably not 100% by themselves. Yeah, he said, Thomas said, you got to make your own way. You don't have to do it like everyone else does. And I think that's what a problem is. People come over here trying to do like they see other people doing and they can't do it. They fail. And so they go home or they stay here and they're unhappy. When you got to find your lane over here. Yeah, Zap, Computer Love. He said they probably use email. Yeah, but I'm just saying, he said, oh yeah, there were chat rooms early in the game with dial-up modems. What, in the 90s? I know I started using a computer probably with AOL, I want to say 2003. He said, that's a trip, Cal. Computer love is more relevant today than ever. I mean, every word rings true in that song. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He grabbed that out of the ether, man. I don't know where he was getting that from because that wasn't reality then. On my computer screen, Could it be your face I see on my computer screen? Who had a computer in the 90s? Look at when to see when he was killed. He died in the early 90s, man. I mean, the early 90s. He may have made that song in the late 80s. I mean, this guy he was like foreseeing the future when he made that song, man. And it's relevant today. It's like he was living today when he wrote that song 40 years ago. It's crazy, I'm telling you. What's up, Reese? He said, I was told by a Navy guy being single in the Philippines was the best thing he could do. It takes a certain type of individual. I can't be single here, you know. I'm always going to have a woman, man. Not that I can't do things by myself, because I didn't have my first child till I was 32. I used to live by myself. I was a bachelor for many years. But when you come over here, it is a difference. It's a difference between the women here and the women I was dealing with in the West. There's a stark difference. They're in stark contrast. I mean, they're less confrontational. They're more cooperative, certainly. He said, you should stop in Florida for a couple of days. I will show you around. I'm going to try to get around, man. Once I get my feet underneath me, I'm going to make my rounds, you know. But like I said, man, my money's going to be tight in America. You know, people don't understand how good we have it in the Philippines. You know, we take that for granted. Chasing women, you know, looking for love. You don't realize, man, until you have to go back to America, how much further your money goes. Now, you can be a fool over here, which a lot of people are, but your money goes a long way. We ate at Texas Roadhouse last night. My meal was 595 pesos. That's about $10, with the peso being 58. I mean, a good, satisfying meal. All the breads you can eat, with that honey butter and all that. He says he got his first laptop in 99. See, Roger Troutman was dead by then. He got killed he said Roger Troutman was ahead of his time. Okay, 1985. But is that when that song came out? Wow, that's crazy. Now, Don't Get Us in 1985, Computer Love. See what I'm saying? Go back and listen to that song, guys. He wrote that in 1985. Now, tell me that people were on dating sites and all that stuff in 1985. I doubt it.
That's a phone call.
Yeah, it wasn't no computer. He said, could it be your face I see on my computer screen? Who had a computer screen in 1985? He said, Cal, the information you put out is spot on. I wish American women would look at your content. Maybe they'll understand men better. But that's the problem. See, we can't change. That's a cultural thing, Madoff. It is. And, it's just a lot of compromising going on over there. And people think because you've been married a long time, that's a compliment and that constitutes a good marriage. A lot of times people stay married for convenience. They don't want to get divorced and all the problems and the status, and everything associated with keeping a good marriage together. Because, when they were talking about, there's a lot of truth to this Obama and Michelle Obama splitting up and having trouble. Because men and women don't age the same. Barack Obama has got options, man. Okay? And he's no different than anybody else. He can get women a whole lot younger and a whole lot more attractive. And that's what he's doing. That's biology kicking in. And I don't know if he's dealing with Jennifer Aniston, but I'm just saying he's looking at more attractive younger women. I guarantee you that's true. because it's just facts. She's probably going through menopause by now, because I think me and Michelle Obama's the same age. Barack Obama's a year or two older than me. And, he still want to play. Barack Obama still want to play. And, he's rich. He's one of the most famous people in the world. And, you're only as faithful as your options. Barack Obama's got options, man. Angelo Beef says, I was using a modem on the computer as early as 1987 when I was 8. Yeah, but this came out, I said in 1985, Angelo. That would mean you were 6. He said Michelle doesn't have, he said Michael doesn't have menopause. Let's see, 2008 when he was elected. She was attractive, man, but now, she's just another 62-year-old woman over there. I don't know if a lot of men are going to find her attractive. They'll date her basically because she's Michelle Obama, but she's not attractive in no kind of way, guys. Come on. And she looks a lot older than him. And that's basically what happens to marriages over there. And some men and women, they'll have an agreement. It's like, okay, because it hurts when you have sex with me. I don't want to have sex anymore. So as long as you go out there and be respectful about it. Because an older guy told me that, he said, Cal, you never should have married. He said, you never should have divorced your American wife. This is one of my insurance clients. He told me that. He said, y'all could have lived separate lives inside that house, for the sake of the children and everything like that. And I was like, man, maybe, he said, because him and his wife did it. I said, well, yeah, that's you and your wife. I couldn't do that. He said, just be respectful. If you both could be respectful, man, we couldn't get along anymore. And that was our problem. He says, I lived with my wife 4 years before we got married. See, that makes a big difference, Road King Twin. I mean, a big, big difference. You could trust her then. You probably had a child or two by then. You probably had some investment in money and time by then. He said, Obama still looks good, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know he's out there playing. There's no thing, you're not fooling me. It just leaked out. Maybe they didn't want it to leak out, but when you look at her and you look at him and you know who he is, there's no way in the world Barack Obama is not out there doing something. Okay? R68 DVR said, I was programming in BASIC and Fortran in 1985. There was no modem. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know where he got that. That was a hell of a song he made. And it was, the more I think about that, especially when y'all said 1985, the more brilliant I realized that man was. What made him write that song with all of the words he was using? It's like, it didn't exist then. Yeah, Obama 63. I knew he was a year or two older than me, and she's 60. Ain't nothing a 60-year-old woman can do for me, and I'm being respectful. I'm just saying, though, when I could have a 40-year-old woman, he said Zapp was definitely ahead of the time with that song. Yeah, computers were just beginning to come. Then I remember seeing them at Radio Shack. He said Michelle Obama looks dried up, man. To some people, she's just older. That's all. She's still just as brilliant and everything as she was, but I know he's looking. I know he's got a roving eye right now. He said, what song again? It's called Computer Love by Roger and Zapp. He said Cal Roger was a time traveler, man. He was way Man, I'm telling you, I don't know what he was. He was a genius when he came out with that. But yeah, guys, thank y'all so much for your super chat, super stickers, all your thumbs up, all your support for Sunshine Shoulders. I'm going to be back on here. What's today? Right, Sunday, the day before I leave, with another live stream. We're in Manila. If y'all in Manila, anybody in Manila, man, want to hook up for lunch or whatever it is, we got to go to the embassy and pick up my exit clearance. That's the only thing that took overnight because we went there at a certain time. But take care, y'all. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble. I'll see y'all next time. Don't do anything stupid. Love yourself, man.